Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Lots of UFOs. Let's just get it started.
Sega, punti di riferimento.
Che bello, caro.
Beh, ferma, aspetta. Aspetta. Ecco, aspetta, guarda.
No, stai.
Guarda da vicino, corri.
No, ma quanto è grande?
Corri, vai giù a sentire, vai giù dalla nonna, corri.
Aspetta, che fanno?
Corri!
Aspetta!
Se ne va! Cazzo! Se ne va, se ne va, se ne va!
So the DoD recently just stated, just within the past 24 hours, that there's no proof of extraterrestrial existence or any kind of technology within our assets or foreign adversary assets. So what the heck are we looking at? We're looking at something that still, in my opinion, it's been making the rounds over the past couple days, these videos. We've got multiple angles. We're going to be covering the DoD and their statements, along with incredible new UFO videos coming into Third Phase of Moon. So it's a wild ride tonight. Everybody buckle up. But we're looking at something in broad daylight. It's about as clear as it gets when it comes to UFOs, in my opinion. I don't see any kind of manipulation. There's a phenomenon happening, and it's real right now. And the DoD, the Pentagon, says, don't even bother looking up anymore. There's nothing to worry about. We're alone in the universe. Yeah, Blake, this is pretty incredible. The footage that's been coming into Third Phase Moon for over a decade, it's just off the hook. And everybody's has their own encounters. We all know what we're talking about. And for the Pentagon just to come down and say that there's nothing to this is a big joke. Again, we're looking at footage from Yuri, a guy from Colombia that has multiple sightings, and we're showcasing them right now. It's kind of coming up to light again. Is this a real deal? In my opinion, we're looking at something incredible.
You know, what's interesting about this one to me is that it seems like a dish shape when you look at it from this angle. It looks like there's something under it, maybe like some sort of way that causes it to, you know, have some sort of anti-gravity technology. But then it moves up, and then it almost seems like a black orb. So I don't know. This is definitely really interesting, especially here. It just looks like a round orb to me. So I don't know. It's really interesting. And here is more of Yuri's footage right now. Check it out.
This black bottom to it. I'm not seeing any means of propulsion. Apparently, according to the witness, Yuri, that this thing was about maybe 12 to 20 feet in diameter. What's keeping it up in the sky? That's the big question here. Yeah, again, we're seeing this thing apparently just suspended up in the sky without, again, no means of propulsion. We're seeing everything matching up. Again, no CGI. We're looking at something that's actually there. Could it be done with some sort of strings? This thing's not oscillating in the sky. It seems really just static. If any kind of wind was supporting, or some sort of rope was supporting this kind of object, it'd move. You'd see it. This thing seems dead on. It seems heavy. It seems like it's something otherworldly, you could say.
Yeah, you know, we get so many videos in here, and, you know, so much footage being shared all the time. And it's like, you know, the DoD is coming out later with the statement we'll be sharing at the end of the show about, you know, stating that apparently everything in the sky is not alien in nature. But I don't know. I'm not sure how they could say that. I feel like we're, you know, very in a very big universe, and there's a lot of life out there, and that's my personal opinion.
You know, it's the big question. Are we alone in the universe? There's videos that are very compelling. We've been showing it for decades. We're going to show you a lot more in tonight's episode. The question is still yet to be answered, in my opinion, but we need to get the smoking gun. These videos, in my opinion, we're looking at something very peculiar. And from this eyewitness, he's got a lot of footage and a lot of video that's making you wonder, again, what's going on in our skies. Clear footage. So let's get to the next video that has just been submitted to us right here at Third Phase Moon. A family in shock witnessing the phenomenon.
That's a UFO!
noticed ya.
Shit, just staying right there. Look, it's just above there.
Are you recording it?
Yeah. That's a UFO. You can just see it.
Well, hide, you know.
Bro, you can just see it.
Right, we're gonna get a little closer look at this. Am I looking at something that's otherworldly, some kind of possible reverse engineered alien craft, or are we just looking at an airplane coming in to landing and we're looking at the headlights in front of it, which makes it look suspended in the sky? I'm not sure. According to the eyewitnesses, you could hear they're in shock.
You know, I have to say this looks really incredible when you see this in person, but I had an experience one time where I saw something when I was driving in the middle of the night that looked very similar to this, and when it came over, it was crossing back and forth. It looked triangular in nature, and it looked really wild, but then as I watched it longer, I ended up realizing it was a crop duster. And they have a lot of those going back and forth over the fields at night. But when you look at them closely, they look triangular. So that's honestly, from my experience, what comes to mind with me with this. But I don't know. Maybe it is something else.
Something to think about, guys. I want to get your opinion. Now, let's roll the next video right now. So if you guys were in Oklahoma last night and you noticed something strange in the sky, a massive O-ring shoots out of some kind of massive plasmic ball of light, atmospheric phenomenon, a rocket launch, we're trying to find out. We've got multiple angles, multiple eyewitnesses, and we're wondering what the heck is going on. Is there a secret space war going on above us right now?
Yeah, this is really cool footage. I dig this, and it's kind of it's breaking the net. People are talking about this. It's kind of, we're pretty much the first ones to talk about this within hours. So this is exciting. Everybody share this video right now. What happened in Oklahoma has people wondering what's happening. We see this, like you said, Blake, this gigantic kind of O-ring just escape out of this craft. Could this be a rocket launch? Something launched from Florida? We don't know yet. More footage coming up with more eyewitnesses just in, but big questions about this.
You know, it's interesting. Again, the multiple eyewitnesses, they keep coming in, and it's good that we're here to share it with you as it happens in real time. So let's pull up the second video of this exact same event in real time over Oklahoma. What the heck is going on here?
Oh, wow.
That's a UFO.
Look, it's separating from itself.
What
the hell is that?
That's a UFO.
It's shooting out some sort of...
Sound wave.
What is that? Like some sort of like pulse energy or something. Like.
So we're going to check in with Elon Musk, see if this is what was going on with SpaceX. Right now we're trying to confirm, and right now we don't have any answers. Do you think this is Elon Musk in action here?
You know, I think this is really amazing footage. I mean, seeing the smoke ring that kind of comes out from behind it. I really like the aspects of this. But what comes to mind for me is the recent launch where they were sent to the moon with a private space company. And I think that's really interesting because they say that this private space company, you know, actually launched the moon. No one knew that they were doing a launch or that this was happening, really. This wasn't public until after it was done. So I'm wondering, I think maybe this was around the same time. So I'm wondering if that's what it was. But you know, there could be things like this happening all the time from private companies launching experiments. Who knows? So I think that's really fascinating.
We're going to have to get some answers. But the Pentagon right now has admitted something that we figured that they weren't going to come clean anyway. But here's the official word.
After a Pentagon report examining decades of UFO sightings finds no evidence of alien life or extraterrestrial intelligence. Congress had mandated this report after a retired Air Force intelligence officer testified the U.S. government was concealing a program that retrieves and reverse engineers unidentified flying objects. The Pentagon has denied the claims and says the most of the sightings, dating back to 1945, involved misidentification of ordinary objects or phenomena.
Did you even expect that the DOD or the Pentagon was going to come clean on this?
No, absolutely. This is what we're expecting. And they gave us the exact answer that everybody was anticipating, that the Pentagon would say, absolutely, there's no such things as aliens visiting our planet, or as ever have with any proof. This is kind of as big as bullocks as you get, but typical.
UFO report. This is an internal investigation required by Congress. Why will Americans believe that the Pentagon has investigated itself and found that there's no evidence of alien life?
Well, look, the Aero Office used a very rigorous, analytical, scientific approach to investigate all past U.S. government efforts, all claims by interviewees. They were granted access at the highest levels to all information. None of the agencies that they spoke with prevented them from getting any of the information that they needed to do. We understand that this is something that is of great interest to a significant number of people and organizations. And so they took this very seriously. They followed the evidence wherever it led them. And I think the results speak for itself. Jeff.
Thank you. You had said that reports that an airdrop...
The posture is still interesting to me by the spokesperson for the Pentagon. He seems very defensive, but very absolute about his statements that there's no evidence of ET, alien bodies, or any kind of craft that have come from another place outside our solar system, much less within our solar system. So what Pat Ryder is stating, the Major General over there at the Pentagon, is something that we all expected. It's up to us, the public, to bring disclosure. They've been stonewalling us for years.
I mean, really, does anyone believe what the media says anymore these days? I think, the American public has been through a lot with that. And, it's interesting to see the way that this is progressing with the hearings in Congress. And I feel that, they're just making a claim. They don't actually have evidence, but, they still don't understand what's going on. And I think that's what's really interesting about this.
Yeah, for sure. The cover goes really deep, and these guys have been doing it for 75, 80 years now. Obviously, the Pentagon wasn't going to admit anything. This is just another thing that they're just basically sweeping it under the rug. It's a nothing burger, whatever these guys just dropped. It's up to us to go out there and find disclosure, because we already know the Pentagon's already dropped this ball a long time ago. It's pretty much foolish what these guys are doing, and it's a disgrace to the UFO community on how they just disgraced everybody and kept this really short but sweet, and they're just trying to say, this is it, we're done.
Yeah, I remember last night, breaking news, ABC, NBC, about the Pentagon statement, but it only lasted for about 30 seconds, and over the history of this phenomenon going back to biblical times, you see it in the historic pictures, and for them just to, like you said, sweep it under the rug, they should give us some kind of at least question that there might be something out there, or there is some kind of maybe private corporation that cracked the code. At least keep the mystery alive, but they're acting like they know everything. And in my opinion, they probably do, but they're just not stating it to us. Now, again, our comic book has made the rounds. Battle for Disclosure. People are ordering it online right now. Let's just take a look at the trailer. If you're into comic books, you're going to love it. If you're into Disclosure, you're going to also love it. Check this out.
Here in Washington, it's 3 p.m. We're following a developing story. Could the military patrol the streets?
Well, you don't just have $2, $3, $10 trillion vanish.
We've given so far $171 billion.
Most of the work being done on this are private corporations. Call this a hybrid entity that's neither strictly government nor strictly private. If these are extraterrestrials or real and they're getting here from another star system, they're not using 20th century or early 21st century technology. People at the CIA call it WSFM, weird science and freaking magic.
Battle for Disclosure, available right now on Amazon. You could get the hard copy. You could also see it on ebook, Kindle. The links are below in the description. We had this concept. Brent's been threatening to make a comic book for decades now. He finally accomplished it. And there's 2 episodes, or 2 issues. It's quite a wild ride, mimicking what's going on in real time, but staying grounded of what we think disclosure would look like. And it is a battle for disclosure, and it's not easy. And we need to demand information from our government. Right now, the DOD dropped the ball today. I think this is a perfect timing to come out with Battle for Disclosure. The series issue 1 and 2 is out right now.
Yeah, Blake, thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah, I've been drawing this comic for about 2 months now, pretty much straight. It takes me about a day to do a page, and I actually started getting rolling. I was able to do like 3 pages a day, so we got 2 comic books out. The first one, Specimen 95, and then Air Force One Down. It's pretty much rocking. I'm trying to make this look like a cinematic feel where you're in the moment, and it's exciting.